a story about a funeral that I found hilarious because this funeral had Donald Trump, and that guy can turn anything into a joke. Maybe you've heard of Diamond and Silk. You know, those two sisters who are always, showing up at his rallies, praising him on TV, setting the black race back 50 years. You know those two. Trump held meetings with them. He'd invite them to the Oval Office. He would point at them and say, see, black people love me. Well,
I know you must be excited. Your guy Trump won the election. Congratulations.
Too soon, Jimmy. Too soon.
Do you expect a cabinet position? I mean, how have you been able to digest this? Are you still in that shock mode?
Jimmy, I'm a black woman and a lesbian. How the hell you think I'm doing?
Even now, with Trump back in the White House, some things never change. He still finds a way to make everything about himself, even at a funeral. And Wanda Sykes, she wasn't letting him off easy. Her roast of Trump's obsession with Diamond and Silk had the whole room laughing. But Trump, oh, he wasn't laughing at all. Wanda didn't just come for Trump, she came for the whole Trump dynasty. And let's be honest, she's saying what a lot of people are thinking. Even now, with Trump running the country again, the anger, the division, it's all still there. But the way Wanda put it, she didn't just call them annoying.
You know what it is? It's mean. Yes. Do I blame Donald Trump? Of course I do. He's made everybody mad. Everybody just angry. Yeah. Everyone's just angry. And yeah. I'm out there. People know. Trump annoys me. His whole family annoys me. Yeah. The whole kit caboodle. They annoy me. That family's rotten to the core. I'm telling you. Just rotten to the core.
She called them rotten to the core. And Trump's reaction? Oh, just wait. People keep hoping that this time Trump will act differently, that with another shot at the presidency...
Oh, sweet Jesus. Well, it's like everyone's waiting for this moment for him to become presidential. Right. They're like, oh, he has to learn how to control his emotions. He has to learn to be measured. But the man is 70 years old. Those are things that you teach kids. I'm teaching my 7-year-olds those things.
Right.
Trump is 70. He's not going to learn that now.
Yeah.
If he's a dick, he's just going to be a dick.
All right.
That's it.
Okay, so...
Maybe he'll finally become presidential. But Wanda said it best. He's too old to change. And let's face it, if he was reckless before, imagine how he's handling things now. But what happens next? That's when things really explode. And Trump's meltdown? Oh, it was one for the books. At this point, Wanda isn't just annoyed by Trump. She's irritated by everything connected to him. And can you blame her? Even Tiffany Trump.
That's not turning it around.
I'm guessing you're not a Trump fan then. You would say you're a Trump fan.
I am so not a Trump fan. He annoys me. His whole family annoys me, matter of fact.
Yeah. What about the family annoys you?
Okay, look, a friend of mine was at the movies, and he goes, guess who was here? Tiffany Trump was here with Secret Service.
Tiffany Trump?
Tiffany Trump was there with Secret Service. That annoys me that Tiffany Trump has a Secret Service detail. What the hell is she doing with Secret Service? Don't nobody know who she is. You could be Tiffany Trump as far as I know. You don't know who she is.
Having a Secret Service detail set her off. I mean, think about it. Who's out here trying to get Tiffany Trump? She could walk past half the country and no one would even recognize her. Yet she's rolling around.
I'm wondering, is he somewhere, having, plastic surgery? Getting his face redone, trying to change his identity? And then come back and start some more stuff? I'm just worried,
What kind of face are you worried he might get?
This Trump, man, you don't know. He'll probably do something like, like a mix of like Tom Brady and Ted Nugent. You don't know. You don't know.
I think he just described Ivanka, actually.
Again, he's going to screw that up too, because he's not going to like work the rest of his body. He doesn't have that kind of discipline. So it'll just be a new face, same hair, and same big ass. You know that.
With full security detail, like she's a high-value target. If anything, she should be protecting them from the embarrassment of being associated with Trump. With Trump, you never know what's next. Is he cooking up a 2028 run, hiding in Mar-a-Lago? Or, as Wanda put it, secretly getting plastic surgery to come back looking brand new? Honestly,
kids are being affected by what's happening in the country. I remember the night that Trump was elected. The next morning, my kids were so depressed. Not depressed, but they were just sad. They were just really sad. And then like the next day, I'm talking to my daughter, and she's like really, concerned. I'm like, Olivia, what's going on? She's like, well, one of my friends at school said that now that Trump won, that people with like skin like yours, they're gonna have to leave the country. That you're gonna have to leave the country. And I'm like, sweetheart, that's not true.
would it even help? Let's be real. He could try for a Tom Brady level makeover, but the Trump brand is too strong. The hair, untouchable. The spray tan, permanent. The physique, well, let's just say a new face won't fix the rest. And if he did try...
And not only are they costing us a shitload of money, because he keeps going to that tacky ass Mar-a-Lago. If you couldn't pay me to spend the night in that tacky ass joint. I was getting caught up on Homeland the other night. There was a scene when they were in, I don't know where the fuck they were. They were in Iran, and it was showing the guy talking to people, whatever. And I was like, that backdrop looks like Donald Trump's bathroom at Mar-a-Lago. Look at that tacky ass shit.
He'd probably just end up looking like a weird mashup of his own daughter Ivanka. And well, still himself. It's one thing for adults to argue about politics, but when kids start feeling the weight of an election, that's when you know something's off. Wanda's daughter had to hear a classmate say that people with skin like hers might be forced to leave the country. And she wasn't the only one. Imagine being a child, waking up the morning after an election, and instead of...
I see he noticed a bunch of people posting about his anniversary, which remind him, it's my anniversary. So he then reposted this sweet photo of Melania literally pushing him away from her.
Worrying about homework, you're wondering if you and your family are still welcome in your own home. That's the kind of fear and division that Trump thrived on. And now that he's back, you better believe the conversations in schools aren't getting any better. Mar-a-Lago, the most expensive, taxpayer-funded Airbnb in America. Trump treats it...
Tonight is a special night at the White House. It's Donald and Melania's 20th wedding anniversary. 20 years is a long time, especially for Melania. This morning, Trump paid tribute to his longest-serving wife by reposting this AI image of himself with a...
Like his personal playground, racking up millions in security costs just to lounge around in a place that looks straight out of a bad 1980s mafia movie. And Wanda, she didn't hold back. She compared the decor to a set straight out of an Iranian drama series. Gold-plated, over the top, and just tacky. And she's not wrong. Trump swears it's luxury. But let's be honest, his taste level is about as subtle as his Twitter rants. The funniest part, even if you paid Wanda to stay there, she wouldn't. And honestly, can you blame her? It's one thing to forget your anniversary,
And kept the crowd very warm at CPAC over the weekend. CPAC, if you're not familiar, is basically what would happen if Judge Jeanine Pirro headlined the Fire Festival. It's a lot of very angry white people. It is the largest gathering of people who believe vaccines are witchcraft in the world. And for 2 hours and 2 minutes, Donald Trump gave what I believe we may look back on as his I Have a Dream speech. This was his longest speech since taking office. He went on and on. You could have left this speech, watched 2 episodes of Game of Thrones, come back, and he would still have been going. And to kick things off, Trump went to one of his signature moves to start it. And I know there's a lot of competition, but I think this might be the dumbest thing he does. Who does that? Donald Trump shows more affection to flags than Eric and Don Jr. have ever gotten in their whole lives.
but it's another level of yikes when the internet has to remind you. Trump saw people posting about it, had a little oh right moment, and then scrambled to make it look like he remembered all along. And what did he post? A picture of Melania literally pushing him away. You can't make this up.
Yeah, it would take me a second to even know what she looked like. Yeah.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
why have secret service? She should get a mall cop. That's what she should get. She should have.
This wasn't some loving, romantic throwback. This was a cry for help in the form of a Getty image. And if that wasn't awkward enough, you know Melania saw it, sighed, and went back to pretending she's in a very long-distance relationship. Trump might still be running the country, but
make stuff up about him, I'd start telling people he wears diapers. I would explain that it's a long trial. He drinks a lot of Diet Cokes to stay awake. He's getting up there in years, and it's perfectly normal for a man of Trump's age and carriage to wear absorbent undergarments to stop the leaks. So, I mean, if I was making stuff up, that I would point out that the reason he stands like this and golfs like this and plays tennis like this is because he has a full diaper strapped around his little mushroom garden, okay?
in his own house, he's running from reality. 20 years of marriage. Now, that's an achievement, mostly for Melania. And how does Trump mark the occasion? With a heartfelt message? A romantic gesture? Nope. He reposts an AI-generated image of himself. That's right. He couldn't even find a real photo. Nothing says love like an artificially generated reality, which, let's be honest, is kind of Trump's whole brand. At this point, Melania probably saw the post, nodded, and went right back to pretending she's just a tenant in the White House. And the best part? Even the AI version of her looked like she wanted to leave. CPAC, where conspiracy theories and overpriced merch go hand in hand. Trump took the stage for a record-breaking 2-hour speech that felt more like an endurance test. You could have watched 2 full episodes of Game of Thrones, taken a nap, and come back, and he'd still be rambling. But the highlight, his weird, almost romantic moment with the American flag. He hugged it, caressed it. I mean, at this point, he's shown more affection to fabric than to his own kids. Meanwhile, Don Jr. and Eric are somewhere in the crowd just thinking, Dad never hugged me like that. Honestly, the flag might have been the only one at CPAC trying to escape. Look, no one's saying Tiffany Trump doesn't deserve security, but Secret Service? That might be a stretch. Let's be real. No one's out here trying to kidnap Tiffany. She could walk into a Walmart, and people would just assume she's an assistant manager. A mall cop with a Segway would probably be more than enough. Maybe throw in a whistle if things get serious. The funniest part? Even her own dad probably forgets she has protection. Meanwhile, Barron's still waiting for his first Secret Service agent to show up. Sorry, kid, but in the Trump family rankings, you're somewhere between Eric and random Mar-a-Lago staff member. You know, if people really wanted to spread wild rumors about Trump, they wouldn't have to go far. Just start with the fact that the man probably wears diapers. Think about it. Long rallies, gallons of Diet Coke, 0 bathroom breaks. Either he's got the bladder of a camel or something's being absorbed. And let's be honest, that stiff, wide stance he does, that's not just bad posture, that's a man bracing himself for a potential leak. And golfing? The way he swings? It's like he's trying not to squish something. Listen, if this rumor were to take off, imagine the headlines. Trump's next scandal? Hush money for Huggies. But hey, we're not saying it's true. We're just saying, if we were making things up, that's where we'd start. So, if you enjoyed this, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Because somebody has to document this madness.